Hello, my name is Timothy Espinoza Jr. and my invitational speech will be over the war on drugs in our nation and whether it's worthy of our cost and time effort. Have you ever wondered how much money, time, and resources the United States has spent on the war against drugs in our nation? Well, try over 100 years of combating drugs in our nation and over $1 trillion. That's trillion with a T. Can you guess who's mainly supported on our nation's front? Well, it's our United States Border Patrol agents. These men and women are the ones combating cartel and drug lords along our border to prevent terrible drugs like opium, cocaine, heroin, and prescription pills to enter our nation. A quote from Chief Mark Morgan, the head of the United States Border Patrol, says, "The United States Border Patrol agents are amongst the most assaulted law enforcement agents in our nation. Since 2003, more than 7,500 agents have been assaulted by cartel or drug lords or just combating drug dealers in our nation, and more than 30 have been killed in the line of duty to protect our nation." Personally speaking, I have seen the effects that the war on drugs has in our nation and also in my own state. Being from South Texas, I have noticed that the presence of the cartel and the Border Patrol is very strong. I remember as a kid, I would ride my bike down the street and I could see Border Patrol agents arresting and handcuffing personnel that were involved with the cartel trying to transport drugs in and out of Texas. Also, you can still see and watch the news today of the drug cartels and law enforcement agents getting into fights, busting big drug deals or big drug smuggling. But my question is, why would we fight a war against drugs that are mostly legal in the United States? I understand there's hardcore drugs like opium and heroin, crack, meth, cocaine, things like that. Those are a little outrageous. But whenever we're spending millions of dollars to prevent marijuana and prescription drugs to come into our nation, it's kind of ridiculous. Because if you think about it, being from Colorado, we actually grow and sell marijuana in this state. It's not just for medical reasons, it's also for recreational reasons. And I guess maybe because they want to tax most of it, but we're spending all these millions of dollars to prevent drugs that are already in our nation. Someone made a good point in my last discussion post. They said, why do we try to prevent things that people want? And I kind of thought about it and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of drug users in Colorado, especially the ones who want to smoke marijuana, because it's legal. Why not? But I know most of America isn't drug users. But however, in 1999, a survey by the National Household Survey was estimated that 14.8 million Americans were illegal drug users. Can you imagine how much the number has grown since marijuana has been legal in multiple states of the United States? Well, we don't know because there's not really a survey out there yet. With U.S. drug policies spanning since 1915, my question is, how are we still in a war on drugs if we've been fighting it for 100 years? With every business, it requires a supply and demand. Whenever you get into the business side of things, you can kind of understand why there's so many drug users, because the thing is, they want that, they want marijuana. That's why the states have pushed to legalize it. And what is a business that doesn't give you what you want? It's probably a bad one. So the more I think about reasons to prevent drugs in our country, the more reasons I think of why we shouldn't prevent the things that are already legal. Such things like marijuana, prescription pills. We pay so much money and we lose lives, civilian lives, law enforcement lives for something that's legal in our country. On average, our nation spends $10,615 to bring one child to a public school. Imagine if that number was doubled. If that number could get twice as many resources, twice as many books, twice as many computers and technology that kids need to grow and learn, imagine what type of impact that would have on our nation. $1 trillion US, man, could you imagine what that could go to? It could go to plenty of things. If you think about it, if we all live, well, most of us live in Colorado, if you're online, at Pikes Peak or whatever junior college you're at in Colorado. But you see that Colorado has a homeless person problem, that if you drive around and you look around, you can see it. There's plenty of homeless people. So, and also, being in the military, we need a lot better resource and stuff. Like, we need more computers, we need more equipment. I know that there's some units out there that have been using the same equipment since Vietnam. So that's pretty ridiculous. So over 100 years of drug policies and thousands or hundreds of lives lost, what do we have to show for it? Mostly just a big bill and no ground made. We have the same border, there's no push, there's no pull. So my question is, as a taxpayer, what do you think we should be spending our money on? If it's $1 trillion for a war against drugs that are legal in our own state, you decide. Thank you.